So my name is Mike Lepech. I'm a professor of civil and environmental engineering at Stanford. I'm also a senior fellow at our Woods Institute for the Environment. I'm director of the Center for Sustainable Development and Global Competitiveness at Stanford, which looks at studying these two goals that we often have of sustainable development and competitiveness on a global scale. And to do that, we study the application of AI, machine learning, other technologies like this, to be able to develop economically and in a sustainable way. I'm also the director for our new Smart Cities Research Center located in South Korea, looking at the interplay between sustainability, smart cities, and finance and entrepreneurship. So a lot of fun stuff. At Stanford, I also am the academic director for many of our professional entrepreneurship and venture capital education courses within the Center for Professional Development. So I'm involved with SABAH.lab by coming here as part of a collaboration with IE Business School to introduce young entrepreneurs into the process of learning entrepreneurship. This is something that my colleagues, my more senior colleagues, have done at Stanford for over 3 decades now. We have honed an ability to teach the process of entrepreneurship. And so we're here to share that because one of our goals is to have a global impact. And so I'm here to share those experiences and give you all a sense of how we do this at Stanford. So I'm here to provide instruction around sort of the earliest components of venture formation. Right? So that's going to be number one, providing some sense of the foundations of entrepreneurship. How does it work in other parts of the world? What are the most important components to starting a company? And then it's all about ideation. I'll be talking about some of the frameworks that we use at Stanford. I'll be mentioning some design thinking work that came out of our world-famous D School, and then also some other frameworks that we've developed since then to think about how products work with organizations and the various processes that need to be put in place to deliver those. I'll be talking about how you think about what the future is going to look like with your customers, and then how do you plan and build companies to build the vision that your customers want for the future. My component of this early part of the class is all about generating as many ideas as possible. There's lots of opportunity to say no in later stages of the program. This is the time to say yes. What can we do and how can we build a future that our customers are excited to be a part of and to pay for? So one of the things that I'll talk about with regard to team formation is something that we call I-teams, innovation teams. Right? Now, when it comes to well-balanced teams, or what is the right team, there truly is no specific answer. I've seen teams of all different types and structures be very successful. Right? So just because you don't have one type of team versus another, or you need one type of skill set versus another, that is not the solution to all problems. However, there are some things that we do know about teams that are successful at innovating on really big ideas. And so when we talk about balance, when we talk about team formation, one of the important components to it is going to be a willingness among all the team members to lead when necessary and to follow when appropriate. We know that for early stage startups, 1 week you could be working on product design, 1 week you could be working on fundraising, 1 week you could be working on marketing, and 1 week you could be working on something completely different. The individuals on your team that have expertise in those different areas need to lead when it's their time to lead. And everyone else on the team, including the CEO, has to appropriately step back and say, okay, who on our team is the best positioned to make us successful this week at what we need to get done? They're going to lead, and we all have to support them. And so balanced team formation is more about making sure that you have the right people on your team that are capable of leading when necessary, following when appropriate, and you see that leadership shift month to month, week to week, certainly year to year, even though maybe the CEO does not. And that's more often what we think about from team formation, making sure that those fundamentals are in place. So we have lots of frameworks. I think, the foundation to good entrepreneurship education is indeed frameworks. Every single startup will go through good times and bad times. And you need to have the tools at your disposal to solve really hard problems. I cannot give you the answer to every question that will come up in the future, nor do you want me to. What I can give you is frameworks that will help you structure your thinking. Not so much that you're getting the right answers, but that you're even asking the right questions. And then taking those questions to the rest of your team to build those right answers. So we'll talk about some different frameworks even early on. We'll talk about what we call the ACEs framework for team formation. We'll talk about the POP framework for trying to come up with really great ideas and how to get product market fit to deliver them. We'll talk about customer vision frameworks, future back-thinking frameworks, and a host of others over the course of the entire program. The most important advice I can give to any participant in any one of our programs is, in some regard, a redefinition of success. Success is not the next round of funding. Success is not IPO or M&A. Success is learning. This is the way we define it in Silicon Valley in many ways. As long as you continue to learn, you will always be successful if that's the way you frame your success. And you have control over that. There are many things you do not have control of, and many parts of failure that are not connected to your abilities whatsoever. As long as you focus on, am I learning? Am I learning something new? Am I gaining more information? You will always succeed every single day.